Hey guys, Master here, coming another quick review for you guys. Finally, I haven't done anything since I think Expendables 3, but I just really haven't had time to go see anything because getting shit ready for uni, had time to upload videos, so that's why I've been, struggling a bit with uploading my weekly videos. I don't know if I'm doing it right or not. I think I missed a week by accident, but whatever. That's another story altogether. So, The Guest. Now, going into this film, I didn't really know what to expect. I expected it to be good. I didn't expect it to be amazing, but yeah, I expect it to be good. I was kind of, a bit wary considering the amount of considering there wasn't much marketing for this film. But then I remembered it's an independent film, so that makes complete sense. Independent films don't get marketed well at all. And I also thought that the main guy just looked like a fucking Ryan Gosling clone. All I know about him is he's British, but he looked like a Ryan Gosling clone from the trailer, and that's basically all my preconceptions before going into the film. So yeah. Anyways, so actually, after seeing the film, let's talk about first of all the storyline. Now, the storyline for this film, I'm not going to say a single thing about it because it is one of those films you need to watch and not know what's going on. Obviously, you need to know what's going on while you're watching it, but need to watch it without knowing anything prior to watching it, as it's just better that way. I will say it has a mixture of genres in it. It has at parts it's a drama film, at parts it's a sort of a slasher horror film, not entirely but partially. And there are a couple of scenes in the film. It's not an action film like a lot of people have expected and been disappointed with. That I know, because a lot of I've heard a lot of people go to see this film being disappointed with because of a lack of action scenes. But this is not an action film; it's more drama than anything else. A dramatic thriller, I'd say. But yeah, so don't go in expecting a load of big shootouts and shit. There's a bit of it, and when there is the action, when the action is there, it's good. It's just not constant. But storyline wise, I did really enjoy the film, and I'd probably give the story to this film a 8 out of 10. There's a bit of parts of it were a bit slow in my opinion, and parts of it were a bit predictable, and that's the only reason I'm not giving it higher. But it was really enjoyable. The characters in the film now, I was right in this respect because the main character is pretty much the same sort of character that Ryan Gosling would play. I think there's a little bit more depth to him. I mean, not depth, but because Ryan Gosling's characters always tend to have enough depth, but he's always just one like quiet individual, and that's basically their persona. This guy has a bit more, uncertainty around him. Like you don't know what the guy's kind of like, because he's being quiet at one point, then he's not so quiet. I don't want to get into spoiler territory, but yeah, it's hard to describe without spoiling it. But the main character was probably the most interesting of the characters. The other characters were good, but for the most part, they're a bit generic. They had a few interesting things that are going on with them, but for the most part, they're pretty generic. Like even the shy and awkward boy at school getting bullied. That's been done in like every fucking film like this around. So yeah. But yeah, overall, I guess characters would probably be pretty good characters, 7 out of 10. The acting was a bit uneven, I'm afraid. For the most part, the acting was great. It was, the main guy was amazing as the, I don't want to spoil it. The main guy was good though. The other characters, for the most part, they were really good, but there's a few scenes where the emotion wasn't there that needed to be there, and I don't know if that was because the actors weren't doing as good as they could, or if it's because of the director wasn't directing well enough. And I have to say this actually while I'm on this subject. Adam Wingard, I don't think he's as good a director as everyone gives him credit for. There's a few scenes in this and in Your Next where he just he doesn't get the right amount of emotion out of his characters for the actual scene, and yeah, that's the only problem I really have with his directing, and I've noticed it in Your Next, I've noticed it in The Guest, and I really think it's that rather than the acting. It could be the acting, and I could just be wrong, but yeah, that's what I feel it is. And yeah, so because of that, overall, I'll probably give the acting a 5.5 to 6, because for the most part, it is really good. But when there's those scenes that people aren't putting their all into, it really brings it down and takes you out of it for a while, and that's kind of a big issue in my opinion. The I guess I could rate the action scenes, even though there's not many of them. It's not an action film. I guess the action scenes are probably an 8 as well. There's not many. Don't go into this expecting an action film, but the action scenes are done really well, and that's all I really want to say about the action. There's a bit of humor in it as well, a bit of black humor, which is done pretty fucking well. And there's quite a bit of mystery and suspense in the film, which is really good. So yeah, I think that's covering everything in the film. And overall, guys, I would probably rate this a 8.5 out of 10. I would recommend it. I would say it's the best film I've seen this year, but I would say it's definitely it might be on the lower end of my top 10 films for this year so far. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed that review, and that's all I really have to say. I've forgotten what I was going to say something else, but it's gone out of my head. Alright, so yeah, that's Mark 50 signing out.